All right, so in this video, we are going to look at the first part of Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky. This is going to be the main theme of Approach of the Swans. It's the first scene. Um, so yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it through for you just so you can get it, so you can kind of see how I play it. You can also, check out the fingerings that I'm using, as well as just get a, if you've never heard it or if you just want to get a good feel for how it goes, just take a listen for it. So here it is. You can follow along with the sheet music, which you can download below. All right, so it does go into another part after that, but we're not going to get into that in this video. All right, so let's take a look at it. The left hand is fairly simple for the first, 6 measures or so. It starts on the B octave here, and we are in the key of B minor here, 2 sharps, as we can see. So, as I said, we start on this B octave down here, just for about an 8th note, right? So we're not holding full, we're just kind of jumping off of it and coming up here. Beat 2, 3, 4, and then a lot of this rhythm is missing beat 1. Beat 1 comes in the right hand, so as you can see, the left hand tides over. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? So we get a feel for that there with that rhythm. So yeah, the left hand simple. It's just kind of going from a B minor chord to a E minor chord in its second inversion. Back to that B minor. Then towards the end of the 4th measure, we get this little thing. We're going to have to lift our hand and do, right, something like that there. As you know, there's multiple fingerings you could use here, so, you just kind of got to try a few out, see where you're coming from. You're coming from this B minor position, so you could do something like, I like to do like maybe 1, 3 here, and then 1, 3, 2, 4 to get to that. And then I'm going to actually need to jump here to get to the B. Technically, you're supposed to take the D and the F and the E and the G, F and A, E and G and the D and the F in that 5th and 6th measure with the left hand. So I will show you that later. If you take it with the right hand, it's not the end of the world. But just be aware of what's kind of happening there. That the left hand's going to give it a different feel than the right. So, we'll get into that. All right, so then, the right hand is really a pretty simple melody. We're kind of just in this B minor position. Scale up from B minor. Little dotted quarter note, 8th note action there. And then there, we're going to be in this B minor position. I like to bring my 3rd finger or so over to the B, so then I can get to F and D. And something like that. And then you just got to get to that B there. Like I said, you may need to take the first couple of those with your right hand depending on how you did your left. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to take it from measure 4 here. So right, we're 1 and 2 and 3 and, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, like I said, you want to get your left here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now the right hand stays the same here, pretty much identical, if not exactly identical. The left hand is really what's changing. Now the left hand's going to pick up speed and start changing every quarter note, 8th note. So if we look measure 6 here, right, we start with the B tied over, just play the D and the F sharp, right? Then we play B minor. Right, so we're going to be doing this descending motion of chords with the left hand. Right, we just keep coming down until we get to that familiar bum, ba, da, and then we land on this B octave here. So let's just check out measures 6 and on here. It's going to be right. We already have the B tied over, so ready. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and just like that. Now it is a lot of chords, so you know if you're not overly familiar with chords in theory, this may take a little time to get. If you understand, you know, a lot of people always wonder, you know, what's the benefit in learning theory and chords, and if you have an understanding of chords and theory here, playing these chords becomes easier because you actually have a sense of why they're using these chords, you know, where these sharps and where these naturals are coming from. By having that knowledge, your hands have a better feel of where they're going to need to go, right? So, you know, the first chord's B minor chord, that's, you know, F diminished chord there, back to your E minor chord, which we had played before, just in a different inversion. This is just your B minor chord root position, which is the root chord. Right, some type of, you know, diminished chord here, almost like a seventh chord. Then we get to this dominant 7 chord of the F sharp, which is just the 5-7 chord, back to your 1 chord, and so on. You know, I'm not going to get too into detail with the chords, but like I said, having that knowledge is going to help you memorize them a little better. Like I said, the right hand stays the same. So yeah, so I mean, you know, now let's kind of jump into the expression. You know, if you haven't heard the actual piece, the actual orchestrated piece, you should definitely check it out because it's beautiful. And sometimes hearing different orchestrations for a piece can really give you a better feel for how to play the piece at the piano. But, you know, it's a very soft piece. You know, it's meant to be played fairly slowly, you know, kind of slow and sad. You know, so we start off, you know, we're kind of creeping in, and then even just that note, you know, having that ability to kind of step off the pedal there and give that note its own feeling, right? Like I said, the left hand is missing beat 1, right? The left hand's been playing, you know, you're kind of expecting that left hand to come in, and all you do is come in with this high F sharp. Now you just keep it gentle. And it kind of has this pulling feeling, as you can see by the phrasing, right? Da, 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 da. And then here in one phrase, ba, da. Right, so we really want to capture that rhythm there. So then we're back to it, right? Nice and calm. But now, you know, I always think, you know, this is a weird chord we're hearing here, right? We're not used to hearing this chord at this part. We're expecting an exact repeat as a listener. So I like to start building the crescendo a little bit here, you know, just sitting on those chords a little harder, letting them know, okay, there's all this weirdness coming in the left hand. You know, what are these odd chords here, kind of taking us away from this beautiful mood. So you know, we really want to build on that. Until we get to this climax here, and then we start winding it back down, and we end nice and quiet. So let me play that through one more time with no interruptions. So here you go. All right, so that is it for this video. If you have any questions for me about this song, how to play this piece, you know, just more about expression, please let me know. Drop a comment below. I'm always available, you know, to answer any questions. My email is digitalpianoschool@gmail.com. We offer, you know, online group classes, online private lessons, online courses, and all sorts of great stuff for you to help you really learn the piano. So hope you enjoyed this one, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.